Happy Tuesday. Well, it's my Monday right now, but it's your Tuesday. And I have just filmed all my videos except for one, because I'm getting ready to go. Are you so excited? I'm gonna do an actual mukbang. I have gotten so many requests for mukbang videos here. I'm gonna have to that I was like, screw it, I'm gonna do it. And I just did all my other videos and they're uploading. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get this. And then we're going over to my mother-in-law's house. I'm gonna vlog a little bit tomorrow about being at my aunt and uncle's before they move. But I went over there earlier and literally took all of my all of my aunt's clothes for Alex's mother, his grandmother, and my sister-in-law Liliana. Because Caroline was like, take all of his clothes. My mother would be really happy for them to have it. So I did. I'm never going to take this fresh idea card to the marsh, so it's just stupid. I just did that. So anyway, I went and I just broke that. I think that's my husband's wine bottle. But anyway, just throw this on this spot. So yeah, I mean, I literally, my entire, I drive that little Escape. The entire back of it is totally full of clothes. Total, and gorgeous, Christian Dior suit. My aunt was dressed so nice. Christian Dior suits, and don't tell my husband I ate one of his golden Oreos. Mukbang. So, yeah. So we're going over there tonight. I'm meeting Alex over there after he gets off work. And then we're gonna come home and watch RuPaul's Drag Race. I don't really have anything more exciting to say right now. I've gotten so much accomplished today. I feel very accomplished. You ever feel like that? So, yeah. I'm going to get the food for my mukbang. If you guys want to know what I got, you'll have to watch my mukbang. Pee-pee. Pee-pee. Watch this. Pee-pee. There he is. Hi, honey. Have you been napping today? You have? Do you miss us when we're gone? Do you miss your dad? He says, I really like just to nap. So, yeah. Don't watch while I change. I'm nude. You guys are like, and we don't care. Now I'm not nude anymore. What should I spray on today? Use a little bit of my husband's cologne. Let's see. War. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again. Okay, Pee-pee, I have to go eat now. I'm wearing a different shirt. You guys are like, why are you not talking during your vlog? Well, the shirt is like baggy and comfortable. Oh my god, I have to get out of here. Running late. Alex needs to clean. This whole thing is a mess. Look at this. Look at that. It's all such a mess. And can we just talk about how many pairs of underwear my husband has? Look at this. I've bought him so many of these pairs of underwear. I love these Diesel underwear. And I love Poppy underwear. Where's Poppy underwear? There's more Poppy underwear. This is not, these are, oh my god, my Hollisters from like 10 years ago. These are not sponsored. Some pair of Burberrys in there. Poppy. Not sponsored by Poppy. Poppy. Ralph Lauren plaids. Let me just show you all of Alex's underwear. Andrew Christian. I mean, seriously, look at those. Those are hot. He wore those for Halloween one year. I think it was just because I thought the costume was hot. Can you believe they're actually like... Oh, I forgot about those. So sorry. Pee-pee. Are you gonna be good while I'm gone? Look at this doormat that we have in front of our door, or in front of our bed. You know why? Because the dogs come running up the stairs, and they can't get any traction, so they fall over the place. So we have to put the little doormat right there. We used to have an Oriental rug there, but we got rid of it, didn't we, Pee-pee? Pee-pee, what's the meaning of life? What is it, Pee-pee? He said, if I knew, do you think I'd tell you? Look how little he is. He's so sweet. Is that your hedgehog? Do you love your hedgehog so much? He loves his hedgehog so much. Okay, I've got to go. Get food. The sun will come out tomorrow. I don't know how I'm going to do this mukbang because my camera sits on my TV tray. So what am I going to eat on? Look at my studio. I'm so professional. If you had a TV tray, you'd be as professional as I am. All right. Well, I'm going to get off here now. I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye. I literally just stopped filming 2 minutes ago. Now I'm back in my car. I remembered something I remembered something I wanted to say to you guys. The other day, so many people asked where Alex got his sunglasses. So I thought I will answer that for you guys, because anytime you guys want to know where, like, I got a product, or it's what product I'm using, or whatever, like, I mean, even if it's just some old t-shirt or something, I mean, I'll answer whatever so that you guys can, because that's one of the things that drives me crazy about pop culture is you'll see something on somebody and then you'll be like, oh my god, where did they get that? And then you're like, you have no idea. Okay, so the sunglasses are called Quay, Q-U-A-Y, and I will link them below. And Alex got his at the salon that he works at part-time. They are the glasses that Khloe Kardashian wears. She wears the oversized gold aviators. I tried on the regular aviators. They just look like Ray-Bans. So if you're gonna get the glasses, make sure you get the oversized ones. But they're not expensive. Like, in his store, I think they were like 45 or 50. I think they're like 65 online, which I think is reasonable for a really nice pair of sunglasses. And let me just tell you, in person, they are very nice. So, and he gets so many compliments on them. So Q-U-A-Y, and I will link them below. And yeah, go check them out. What do you think about them apples? I can't think of anything else that people usually ask. Nobody asks me for style tips. People do ask me how I keep my hair so white, and it's the Aveda Blue Malva shampoo. But I don't really think that's it, if you guys want to know the trick. So there's a male model that has like beautiful, beautiful white hair. And I reached out to him a couple years ago and I was like, how do you keep your hair so white? And he was like, once every other week or once every 3 weeks, I wash my hair with dish soap or laundry detergent. And I've done it ever since then. I mean, we literally have a thing of Gain dish detergent in our, is it Gain? Is that what it is? Whatever the dish detergent is, in our shower. And Alex uses it sometimes to like tone down his hair a little bit, but little unknown trick. It's like Prel will strip your hair, so it like strips like all the back. Now I know if you're a hairstylist out there watching me, you're telling me do not do that to your hair. It's horrible for your hair. I know my hairstylist told me the same thing. She said do not put that hand washing soap on your. Do not put dish soap on your hair. What are you thinking of? But it was a trick that I learned, and let me just tell you, every time I do it, it like and she told me, she goes, probably because you're destroying your hair is why it looks like that, which doesn't make any sense to me, but yeah, I love it. So I mean, it's like my hair is like really this very cool color after I do it, but I can't do it a lot. And the Blue Malva shampoo, I've noticed if I use it like more than just twice a week, because you're only supposed to use it like once or twice a week, I notice that your hair starts turning blue, which I don't necessarily dislike at my age. I mean, I guess, I don't know, if I was in a very professional environment, I probably wouldn't like it, but I don't mind it. So yeah, so go check out those sunglasses. They're really cute. Bye. Okay, so I just completed my first ever mukbang. And I realized that I did not do a thumbnail holding up the food. Seriously. Anyway, it is what it is. So I'm getting ready to go over to my mother-in-law's house here in just a little bit. I'm excited about that. And take her all the clothes, and I'm full. I went and got Panda Express. I was gonna make you guys watch it, but like I got all this Panda Express. It was so good, and I didn't even eat all of it. I was like, I can't eat all this. Isn't that so funny? But it was really good. And my little setup was perfect over here. Like I moved the ottoman, and then I put like, cause I usually eat like on the ottoman if I'm watching TV, cause there's the TV, do you see? We're getting new curtains. My aunt and uncle had brand new curtains in their house, and so I asked my cousin if I could have them, so she's gonna give them to us. They're gold, like gold satin. They're really, not satin, but like satiny material. They look very nice. See our windows up there. So anyway, and then there's our loft. You can't see it from here, but anyway. So yeah, I took that and I moved that, and then I put this TV tray in front of it. I ate on the TV tray, which I usually use just to put my camera and stuff on. And then I put the table that's right. Can you see it right there? That has, it usually has our remotes and stuff on it, but it's the picture. It has our wedding picture on it. Have you guys seen our wedding picture? That's a wedding picture. I love our wedding picture. It's on the balcony at the Cosmopolitan. Here, let's act like it. Oh, it's right now. Look at me with brown hair. Isn't that so funny? So I can't believe I completed my very first ever mukbang. Okay, well I'm gonna get off here and I will see you guys in a little bit. You guys, I am so frustrated with this vlog. I don't even feel like it's supposed to be made tonight. I just like tried to record this thing like 50 times. It keeps on shutting off. I've told the same stories about 15 times. I'm starting to get a little irritated, to be honest with you. So let me tell you what my day has been like. Not bad, but highly emotional. When I was at Caroline's, well, I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, so after I went and I got my Panda Express, I don't know if I showed that. And anyway, I did the mukbang, which was actually really fun. And then we went to my mother-in-law's, and we gave her all the, I don't know what I have filmed today, so I may be repeating myself. We gave her all the clothes that were my aunt's, and she was so excited about that. And then she cooked dinner for my brother-in-law, Juan Carlos, and Alex, because I had just eaten dinner. She made rapis, and Then Fufu told us, Juan Carlos, we call him Fufu, told us that he had bought his plane ticket. So if you guys don't know, I've talked about this on a lot. Because if you don't know, what you don't know is a lot. I've talked about this a lot on here, that he and his girlfriend Jessie, who just celebrated a year together, traveled across country because they wanted to kind of find out where they wanted to end up. And so they decided they want to move to San Diego via San Francisco, Oakland, because her sister lives in Oakland, has a house there, so they're going to go stay with her for like a month and a half, 2 months, something like that. And there was a big sign there that said Curiosity Fair. I'm like, I wonder what a Curiosity Fair is. But anyway, so they're going to go stay with her and save some money, and then they're going to look for jobs in San Diego. And he told us that they are flying out on June 2nd, that they just bought their tickets. So that was kind of sad. I mean, exciting for them, but kind of sad. It's like all these ends of eras today. And so then we stayed there for a while and we talked, and he was showing us the scrapbook that she made him for their 1-year anniversary. And then he had made this video of like all of these. It was very cool. And it was nice. The windows were open, and it just was like this very perfect early summer evening in Indiana. I love Midwestern summers. There's just something so fantastic about them, and it's like just a world of possibilities, you know, that anything can happen. And then I texted Tanya and I asked her if she wanted to get a fountain cook, and she said she was in bed and she was almost asleep. And then I drove all the way home from Alex's mom's, which is about 25 minutes. And I literally was almost home, and Tanya texted me and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "I just got home." And she was like, "Oh." And I said, "Why are you wanting a fountain cook now?" And she said, "IDC." IDC. So I went and got her. I said, "Okay, let me charge my phone for a little bit and then I'll come and get you." So I came and got her because Alex went to sleep. I laid there with him for a little bit and we talked about our day, and then he went to sleep and I left. And Boo Radley was being so cute tonight. He's so silly. He like wants to kiss Pee-Pee, but like Pee-Pee doesn't like to be kissed on his face, although he can do it to them, right? So especially if he's like laying on, it's very territorial, you know. It's that whole alpha dog thing, which if you don't know by now, Pee-Pee is the alpha dog in our house. And so Boo was like standing over him, he's like looking at his face, and Pee-Pee was like growling at him. I was like, "Pee-Pee, no." It was so cute though, because Boo's just like the sweetest dog in the whole world, you know. But anyway, so yeah, there was that. And then I went and I got Tanya, and then we went to the gas station, and I didn't get a fountain pop tonight. I ended up getting this Faygo cream soda because I was like really craving cream soda. I haven't had it forever. I would have to say this is not my dream cream soda, but I don't also like that Jones cream soda. I just don't think it's very good. I don't know what my favorite cream soda is. I don't really remember. I thought it was this, but this is not good. And then I came back and I was like gonna use her bathroom because I wanted to like drive around and listen to my audiobook. So I went inside and wanted to say hi to her husband Eric and stuff. And so she had on her counter, she hadn't cleaned up dinner, and she had this bowl of like homemade chicken salad from a breast of chicken that she cooked yesterday. Tanya is hands down like one of the best cooks in the entire world and can like put together a meal like nobody's business, right? And what's so funny is like that is just not something I have in me, that I can just like throw something together like that. She can like whip up a meal in like 20 minutes, and I'm talking salad, mashed potatoes, main course. Like, I mean, she just is such a great cook, and everything tastes so good. And I said to her, Tanya always exaggerates with numbers, right? She like, but it'd always be like 67 or 22 or something like that. And I said, Tanya, I go, did you ever have that good friend, like when you were growing up, that like if you went to their house, like the countertops were sticky or it smelled and it just was weird, and like you didn't want to eat there even though they always invited you over for dinner because like you were afraid their food would taste weird? And she's like, yeah, about 29. I go, oh, 29 friends? She's like, I feel like that was like everybody that I knew was weird when I was growing up. But anyway, I said, Tanya, everything you make is so good. I mean, it just really is. And one of my favorite things that Tanya, and she also had this vegetable dip that I was dipping these pita chips in. And she's like, just honey, and I love this. She's like, honey, just make yourself a plate and sit down and just enjoy yourself and have a glass of orange juice, because she knows I love orange juice. So I sat there, and it's like, she just takes care of me like an older sister. I love it, you know, and it's like the guy that just, like, I always think of this, it's like the truck driver that just got off the road, you know, and like comes in and sits down and makes a sandwich and a glass of orange juice and goes to bed. I was so just like, the windows were open and I just was like, so not, and Eric hung all these lights on her balcony or her patio back there. So anyway, I was sitting there and she was getting ready to watch The Bachelorette, and she was like, do you want to watch The Bachelorette? And I was like, no, I'm good. I don't like that show. I don't like those shows. I know the women love it, but I can't get behind that show. I don't know what it is. I've tried to watch it with her before. I just don't like it. So anyway, so I left there and started filming my vlog and was listening. Then in between, my vlog just did not want to happen tonight. So this won't be super long. But it was interesting earlier because I was going to talk about what happened with my cousin. I got really emotional. Like, my cousin and I, like, never, like, before the day that my aunt passed away, I don't remember my cousin and I, like, ever, like, crying together. And I remember, at my mom's viewing, Caroline did not come to the, so we took my mom off life support. We knew we were taking her off life support at a certain time, and there were several people in the room that were very important to my mom and a couple of my close friends, and Caroline decided not to be there, and I totally respected it. She's like, Peter, I don't want to remember your mom that way, and it's not like my mom knew, you know, so she was in a coma. But I remember her at the viewing, and I remember, like, before everybody came, she had this beautiful black and white dress on. It was like this summer dress, and just, like, float, and my mother would have loved it. She just thought Caroline was so beautiful, and I remember my aunt and I were at the casket. Because my aunt was like, so my mother had very distinctive, you guys will love this, knowing how much I love Janis Joplin. My mother had very distinctive decision about how she wanted to be buried, and she asked to be buried in this Indian dress that she had gotten in the Haight-Ashbury in the 60s, and it was black, and it was low cut, and it was, had wooden beading on it, and she wanted a flower garland of daisies in her hair. Because she had seen this little girl's prayer book when she had this prayer book from when she was a little girl, and there was this picture in it, and it was these girls, like, and they were dancing in a circle singing this prayer, and they all had flower daisy chains in their hair. My mom, that's how she wanted to be buried. And I feel like you have the right to be buried the way that you want to be buried. It was your life, and I think one of the hardest things I ever had to do is go to the flower shop and ask for that, you know, and they were so nice to me, and I remember explaining to them and showing them the picture of the prayer book, and they were just so nice about it, you know. They didn't ask any questions, and they were just like, sweetie, we'll take care of her, don't worry about it. So anyway, I remember Caroline walked in after that, and she just stood in the back of the funeral home, just her hands down like this, and I just remember she just was like bawling, but softly bawling. Like, Caroline's not a super emotional person, you know, and when I walked into my aunt's house the day that she passed away, it had literally been like 40 minutes before that. My aunt got home, were doing hospice, and they'd given her like 2 or 3 weeks to live. And Caroline literally walked out of the room to sign the paperwork. They had gotten my aunt into the bedroom, and they had gotten her into her bed. And my aunt had this, her condo looks over this lake. It's beautiful. And she had all that like white eyelet lace. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Not like lace, but like that thick, like cotton, that like eyelet cotton in her bedroom. Beautiful bedding. And they got her in there and propped her up on her pillows. And my cousin Caroline said, okay, Mom, I'll be right back. And I'm going to go sign the paperwork. And they were signing the paperwork for the hospice schedule. And when Caroline walked back in the room, she was gone. Like, literally had been home like 45 minutes, and she was gone. And I guess a lot of people, this happens, like, once they get in hospice, they pass away really quick, because they just want to be home, you know, which I totally understand. I love being at home. I feel so safe at home from the world, you know, and I think there's so much ugliness right now, you know, in the world that I just don't understand. And that bomb in Manchester, man, how sad, right? You know, all those kids just wanted to hear a concert. And they'll never be able to go to a concert the same way again, you know, and all those kids that are gone, all those people that are gone. It's so sad. My heart goes out to those people and their families. I just can't even imagine. And, but I remember when I got to that, Caroline called me and she said, she's gone. And I said, what do you mean she's gone? Because I was supposed to come over there, like, the next day to just, like, be with her for a little bit. And she said, we brought her home, we put her into bed, and she's gone. She was like, I want you, please come over, I want you here right now. And I just got in my car immediately and I drove over there, and I remember it was so weird because, like, one of my aunt's best friends, Carol, was like driving next to me in the van, and she was like in this van, and she was like bawling her eyes out. And we were like driving side by side to my aunt's house. I knew we were both going to the same place, and Caroline had called her as my aunt's best friend in the entire world. And I kept looking over and I was like, Carol, Carol. She didn't see me until we got there. We both pulled up at the same time, and I went in, and Carol went to my uncle, and Caroline said, why don't you come in? And so I went in, and my aunt was still in bed, and she just looked like she was asleep. And I remember Caroline walked over to the window. She said, I can't believe she's gone. I just can't believe she's gone. And that was the first thing that she said. And the second thing that she said, you have to promise me that we'll never lose each other. She said, we're all that we have anymore, because Caroline and I are only cousins, and we don't have any brothers or sisters, either one of us. And, you know, now she's selling the condo, and her dad's living with her, and so we were sitting there today, and I felt like that car was like following me, but it was like this pickup truck, this like old pickup truck. If I say that, people will think I'm crazy. We were sitting there, and I said, Caroline, let's go outside and sit down for a little bit. I need to relax. And we were going through the basement. I just couldn't anymore. It was just too much. It was like... And Caroline doesn't get, like, hung up on the stories or, like, the pictures and stuff. And it was, like, all this stuff from, like, high school. And our moms were both Pi Phis at IU. And all this stuff. And I said, can we just go outside? And so she got us a Diet Coke, and we went and we sat outside. my dad, so my aunt had this rug, this oriental rug that was gorgeous. It was ginormous. Excuse me, that was my mom and dad's, they had gotten at auction. That was in their first house that I grew up in. And so Caroline had asked me if my dad wanted the rug back, because when my mom moved into her condo, it was too small, so she gave it to my Aunt Kathy. And I said, sure. So let me ask him. And so I asked him, he's like, absolutely, I love that rug. It's one of my favorite rugs. You haven't seen my dad's house, but I'll show you sometime in a vlog. But he has like literally oriental rugs everywhere. And but I said, Dad, it'll be easier for you just to text Caroline. You guys are very pragmatic, and it'll just be 10 times easier for you. So he had texted her, and she said, here's the garage code. Just, come over and deal with it, because it'll just be easier for you. And I don't know when I'm going to be there. So he had come over and gotten the rug with somebody in a pickup truck or a U-Haul or something. I don't know. And she said, your dad like texted me this really sentimental text. And I was like, and my dad is like very, I wouldn't say he's like emotionally cold. He's not at all. He's very an emotional guy, but like it has to be like, it's very rare. And my dad is very like poignant with what he says, and he is very reminiscent, but he almost kind of like looks back on life with sadness, if that makes sense. And so I said, well, what did he say? And she like read me this text, and he had said, thank you for the rug, Caroline. It's so strange having it back after all of these years, because we were so excited to pick that rug out for our house when we moved in, when Peter was 4, and your mom helped us, and then we got divorced, and when Peter's mom moved into the condo, your mom got the rug, and now they're both gone. And I have this rug again after all these years, and it seems so strange that they're both gone. And Caroline's reading this to me, and I'm just like bawling my eyes out. She's like, I'm sorry I made you sad. And I said, I'm not sad, really, I guess. I don't know, I don't know what the feeling is. I just feel emotional, You really like not feel sad and not feel happy. It's just you're emotional. Like, I just feel emotional right now. Like, I just said, Caroline, I just feel like it's going so fast. Like, I just like want life to slow down, Like, I can remember like racing in January snow, like to Indianapolis Women's Hospital when Caroline had her son, David. Showing up in that, I was working in treatment, and I can remember showing up there, and my mom's holding this little baby, and I can see her there in my mind's eye. I can see her sitting on the couch, and she was like, here he is. She loves him so much. And now David's 16, and my mom's gone, and my aunt's gone, and Caroline's dad and my dad are older. It's just like, where does it go, And like, I know everybody says that as they get older, but like, you don't really think it's going to happen, and then one day you wake up and you're old. You're in your 40s, and you're like, where did it all go? Like, could I please just get back and be 30 again? Like, and not even because you miss physically how you looked or anything. It's just because it's like, I want the time back. Like, I want the time back, Just going too fast. I just don't want it to go too fast. Like, I'm not even like afraid to die today, and I'm not afraid of losing people, really. I want it to slow down, like. telling Alex that I think, like, I planned things out for my future financially very well. And I told Alex, I said, I think I really just want to take like a year and just write and just do some creative endeavors and work on our condo. And he said, babe, I think if that's what you want to do, then I think that you need to do it, you know? I said, I just don't know that I'm ever going to just have time to just read and just, I've been working so hard for so long, you know, like, I know it's crazy to look at it this way, but like, I started drinking daily when I was 14. And I started drinking occasionally when I was 12, but daily when I was 14 in my room every night. I mean, to drunkenness. And, you know, by high school, I was just a train wreck. My friends did not even have any clue, like, how much I was drinking when I wasn't with them. I drank more when I was alone than I was with my friends. I always was that way. I would sit in my bedroom and watch movies and my parents both had so much alcohol that I just would steal alcohol left and right, you know, and it was always replaced and never missed. And, and then I started smoking weed, and then I started eating pills, and, you know, then the cocaine started, and then all of it, you know, just this cyclone of just this chaos in my life. And, I think I was so scared of who I was, and on top of that, put this crazy addiction, you know, and then I got sober, and I remember I took off 6 months, because I told my dad that I just needed, I had registered for classes, and I went down to class that first day, and I thought, I cannot do this and stay sober, like, I don't know what I'm even doing here, you know, like, and talked to my dad, and my dad was like, if you need to take some time, you know, take 6 months off, but like, you're gonna go to school next fall, or you're gonna work a full-time job, because I'm not gonna enable that bullshit. And thank God for my dad, you know, and I did. I took 6 months off, and it's so funny, people ask me all the time books that changed my life, and I always forget. The first week I got out of treatment, I read James Redfield's The Celestine Prophecy, and it changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. And I don't even know why. I need to go back and read it again, but I think it made me realize that life is so much more than the superficial and what's on top. And so anyway, you know, that May, I started working. I got sober in December, and that May, so I got sober in December 94, I started working in the treatment program part-time, and within like 2 weeks I was full-time, and I was a tech, and I just started right away, you know, and then I just worked my way up, and then I was, you know, a counselor for 13 years, and then I left and was in private practice, and then I changed my practice over to something else, and then I just, you know, I don't want to do it anymore. I just don't. Like, I'm not... I just want to, like... I just want to slow things down. You know what I mean? I feel like I have been busting my ass since I was 14 years old in one way or the other. Either negatively adding chaos to my life or being so driven to be successful. And now that I'm at a point that I'm like loving making videos and writing on a daily basis and reading a lot, and I have some other things that I do that I don't talk about on here, you know, like just side things. And I just, you know, like, and they're nothing that you guys would even care about. Don't even, It's no secrets. But anyway, I feel like my life is pretty complete, and like, but I just want to stay in the moment, you know? I just don't want to, like, I don't know. And I looked at her today and I said, like, Caroline, it's the end of an era. She said, I know. You know, like, the thing is that, like, I know, you know, when you get to a point where you realize that when, like, you go to your high school reunion and everybody says, oh, we need to do this more often, we need to get together for dinner, or, you know, you leave a job and everybody says, oh my God, I'm going to call you next week, or you go to a wedding or a funeral and everybody says, oh my God, here's my number, let's keep in contact, let's go to lunch next month, and it just doesn't happen. It just does not happen. And I think I'm so afraid that Caroline and I will eventually just, like, drift away, you know, like, not because we planned on it, because it just happens. And I have no family, you know, like, except for Alex's family, which I adore. And I very much feel like you know, I'm, like, included in that family, but they have their own family history and their own family secrets that I don't know about, you know, like, it's just, you know, the Christmases and the holidays and the stories and the relish trays and the laughter, and all of it. It's the fighting, you know, it's the end of an era. And I really think that, you know, Caroline and I sitting out there today on these chairs that have been at her parents' for the last 40 years, you know, that break through when you sit on them. I think it was kind of like our goodbye to that era to some degree, you know, like, we both in our own way was saying goodbye to our moms finally, you know, once and for all. I don't know. How long have I been talking? Oh my God, almost a half an hour. And as sad as it was, we talked about, you know, as sad as it was like freeing to some degree too, you know? And there was a moment when we were just sitting there and we weren't even talking. We were both just holding our Diet Cokes. We were looking out at the street, and I looked over at her and just love her, you know? She's my family. We're all that we have left. And I think it's hard as you get older, because I think life gets very small. And I think there's a real beauty in that smallness, you know? I think there's a real beauty in it, but I think that at the same time that there's a sadness in it too, you know? But I'm grateful for that moment that I had with her today. It was just, I just happened to stop by. I didn't even think I would today. I thought I would go over there tomorrow or the next day, and I'm really glad I went there today, you know? My camera's about to shut off, so I'm gonna get off here and I'm gonna say good night, and I love you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Good night.